Hello, I'm Brandon Storch. I'm joined today here by Jeremy Huck. We are both representatives at Cellcom. Jeremy is actually our IoT sensor expert. And today we are here to talk to you about the long-range motion detection sensor. Really cool device. Again, I have Jeremy here. He is going to kind of cover the different components of this device. Also talk to you a little bit how it functions, how it works. And then lastly, we're gonna dive into some potential use cases. How are businesses currently using this? How are they benefiting from it? So without further ado, I'll let Jeremy break down how this device works.
Thanks, Brandon. This is the Cellcom IoT long-range motion detection sensor. It can be mounted on a wall or on a ceiling. It has a viewing or a motion radius of 82 degrees that it can pick up on. So when installing it, be mindful of the area. It's not meant to cover a large open area, like a hallway would be a perfect example, or a room that somebody might not want to or shouldn't be in. Some other use cases for it might be, we could use it for monitoring a situation where somebody should be there at a certain time and they're not, and it's detecting that motion or not detecting any motion. So with this, it comes in two form factors, a plastic housing here, more consumer-based, and then there's a step below this, a button cell version that has a 2032 battery. This plastic enclosure one has two AA batteries for power. And with this on the sensors, it comes with some mounting options, so some screws, wall mounts, and then also adhesives that you can use. And so with this, it detects activity, sends it to the Cellcom sensor gateway, and then from the gateway to the cradle point to the cloud, and then you receive your alerts via text, email, or mobile application.
Excellent, very, very cool. So how are some businesses utilizing this? Where are they putting them? What are they using to benefit from them? What kind of applications have you seen, Jeremy?
So like here at Cellcom, we could use these in a corridor in a hallway. For example, that we had talked about is maybe a cell site that shouldn't have anybody there or shouldn't have any activity on premise outside of the fenced-in area that they have for our towers. So that could be a use case, like in a hallway, say maybe some employees shouldn't be in or should be in, and maybe getting alerts of who's there so they could check on rather a security system that they have on cameras or whatnot. Other use cases might be a drop-off for donations and getting activity that somebody's dropping something off and being able to get alerted on some movement at that.
Very, very cool. So I know you mentioned working in conjunction with some security cameras potentially. So something like this, you mentioned this is going to send the signal to our gateway, which is essentially going to send us an alert right to our phone that we saw motion. So this might indicate us to go check our security cams, right? If we saw motion in a warehouse or someplace that nobody was supposed to be in, this would actually be kind of our first alert and would spawn action to maybe check the cameras and see what's going on. Additionally, I know we were kind of talking about this one the other day, and we mentioned that we saw some businesses that were actually utilizing this to ensure that their openers were coming in on time.
Yeah.
I know one gentleman that we were talking with was stating that he would have to get up every morning, log onto his computer, pull up his computer software, and check his cameras just to ensure that his store was being opened on time. Yeah. Well, with this, he can automatically have notifications sent anytime his store sees motion, sent right to his phone. So, made that gentleman's life a million times easier. And then I think also too, you were mentioning to me about how some trucking companies could utilize this within their garages to, track when deliveries are coming in and when they're coming, when they're going in and going out, essentially.
Sure. Yeah. So, for example, you might have a situation where you have UPS or a delivery is being delivered, and you want to know when these vehicles are coming in and being able to get alerted via motion that the vehicles are arriving or the drivers are arriving.
Right, yeah, very cool, Jeremy. Those are some excellent use cases, making the lives of these business owners easier every single day through these IoT solutions. Awesome stuff. That'll conclude our video for today on the motion sensor, IoT sensor. If you enjoyed our video, if you found it beneficial, please check out the hyperlink below and check out some of our other IoT sensor videos that we have available. Thank you.